Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, these are all social media websites that Wake Forest students are visiting during class time. Emailing professors and visiting Sakai during class time turns into checking these social media websites, which is taking away from our learning experience here at Wake Forest. Sarah Kessler reports on a 2011 study on college students showing that 38% of college students cannot go 10 minutes without checking their tablets, emails, laptops, or smartphones. Visiting social media websites can contribute to less retention in the Wake Forest classroom, but this problem can be solved by implementing self-control, which is a cell phone application that lets you block your own access to these distracting social media websites. Technology has become an integral part of communicating that the one-on-one learning experience at Wake Forest is declining. Visiting social media websites during class takes away from the fostering of the faculty and student relationships here at Wake Forest and it lessens the amount of knowledge that we can take in during class time. Students choose Wake Forest for the small class sizes and these faculty to student relationships we can form. But social media puts a strain on the relationships that can be formed. Gmail and Sakai are distracting factors in the classroom. Students can't listen to their professors when their cell phones are out and their ThinkPads are open. Sarah Kessler also reports in 2011 and explains about a study that shows that 91% of college students are using email to communicate with their professors instead of having a one-on-one conversation and having that communication with their professors. These recreational social sites that students are visiting are counterproductive to the education that Wake Forest students should be getting here. Opening tabs like for Facebook and Twitter and YouTube have become a habitual thing for students here at Wake Forest. When they open their ThinkPads to usually go to Sakai or Gmail during class time. A 2011 study by the American Life Project shows that our generation is now being labeled as the hybrid life. They are quoted to have said, there's a technology time and there is an offline time, and now there's no separation. This multitasking leads to a distracted thinking, which is limiting our relationships with our professors and lessens the education we're receiving here at Wake Forest. So multitasking, is this really okay in the classroom? In 2014, Online College Courses explains that the hippocampus is the part of the brain that we should be using for long-term information, retaining long-term information and for memorization. But when we have our ThinkPads out and our cell phones out texting friends, we're really using the striatum, which is the part of the brain for memorizing patterns and really just short-term information. So with these distractions and this kind of multitasking, we're not getting the best education we can here at Wake Forest. As I said, Wake Forest University really takes pride in the small classroom sizes and the faculty-to-student relationships we can form here at Wake Forest. Tom Brister in 2011, who is a political science professor here at Wake Forest, is quoted to have said, "The coveted mentor relationship shared between a faculty member and student has long been upheld as the hallmark for Wake Forest education." And the same article talks about the 11-to-1 student-to-faculty ratio we have here at Wake Forest. But this kind of relationship that we can form with our faculty members is declining because of technology and just communicating with our professors through emailing and not really listening to them during classes with our cell phones out. So what's the solution to all of this madness in class, per se? How do we fix this problem, I guess is what I'm getting at. Allowing professors to implement the self-control application is an easy fix to this problem. In 2014, Charlie Stigler explains that self-control is an application you can apply for both your computer and your cell phone. It allows you to block all distracting social media websites, and you can apply a timer to your phone and your computer. So if we were to implement this idea of walking into the classroom and turning on the application self-control, you can turn it on for a 50-minute class, a 90-minute class, or a 3-hour lab class. So the benefits if a teacher were to implement self-control in their classroom is that all students would put away their cell phones and their computers, and they could give their full attention to the professor during their time period in the class. And if technology was needed, if the professor decided that they needed to use Sakai really quickly, they could turn the application off. And there's a button, you can just turn it on and off, and it's easily accessible. Will all professors agree that this should be used in class? Maybe not, because I understand that professors think that technology is such an integral part in the education system, and maybe self-control is not needed. So if this plan were to be integrated here at Wake Forest, then maybe they don't have to abide to this plan. This can just be, it would be a personal decision amongst the professors. But if a professor does decide to put in their syllabus that they want the student to walk into the class and turn on the self-control app, then a student should respect this decision, and if they do not, they shouldn't sign up for the course simply. So self-control will force students to put away their phones and their computers during class time. The personal education our parents are paying for here at Wake Forest can be bettered through this application. There's no doubt that self-control would improve our overall learning environment here at Wake Forest, but it would be a personal decision amongst the professors, of course, here at Wake Forest. Thank you.